My name is Vin Xayaveth. I'm the head coach and owner of Xayaveth Muay Thai Gym in Phoenix. Just another apple from the tree, man. My whole family does it, so I'm just one of the generations that came to America that we opened up a gym in America. My grandfather, which I never got to meet, he was a general in the Lao Royal Army. So he knew Muay Thai, Muay Lao, and he practiced it in military. And then my uncle, which was his son, he learned Muay Lao from my uncle, and he fought in the stadiums and stuff, and then it just trickled down the line to me. Muay Thai and Muay Lao is essentially the same thing. It's just two different countries, very similar styles. What happened was when the kingdom of Siam split up, that's when it became Thailand and Laos. But before it was like one big country of Siam. Muay Thai was probably the only positive thing I had going in my life. So it wasn't really hard to stay motivated because it was either be in the gym or be in the streets. And at the time, I'd recently had a child born, so it was one of those things where I had made an ultimatum for myself. It's like, you want to go to jail, or you want to be somebody. You know, I got into a lot of trouble when I was younger, so this was just something that kept me balanced. You know, and it's been my foundation for, you know, the last 14 years. So it's something that I can't leave behind anymore. You know, it's part of my lifestyle. You know, the main thing is seeing people see their potential. You know, I've had a lot of guys come in here and just seeing them see what they can do, whether it's in the ring or in life in general. Like, I see people progressing and being confident in life overall. So it motivates me to keep having to scratch that surface area, just have them more confident in all the things that they do in all areas of life. You know, I feel like everybody that's walked through this door has been new to Muay Thai, and you know, the most common response was getting confidence. You know, getting confidence and doing something new, learning a new skill, and just overall feeling happy with yourself, you know, like feeling accomplished, because Muay Thai is a very physically, emotionally demanding sport. So when you can overcome these obstacles, you can carry that on to other areas of your life. And people just benefit from that, just from having to go in the deep waters here, kind of relays that in their normal life too. So say if they're at a job or something and something's going wrong, it's like a mental note in their head, like, hey, it's gonna pass. This hard time is gonna pass. So it's like it's mentally and emotionally gotten people stronger to be Kang Lang, which is a term that I use a lot here. It's also a brand that I own. It just means to never quit. You know, if this is something that you really want to do, you just gotta bite down on the mouthpiece and go through it. Sometimes you have to, you know what I mean? It's not all rainbows and sunshine every day. Sometimes it's gonna rain, sometimes it's gonna storm. And if you're prepared, it's not gonna be as bad. A good student would be someone that's very open-minded. You know, you don't want someone that comes in here telling the coach how to train him, right? You want someone that's open-minded, willing to learn, willing to understand the concepts, and willing to try it out. Because it may not work for them, but for them to understand it, give it a try, and if it doesn't work, get rid of it. Then we'll go to something else. But the one thing I really like in students is just be open-minded to learn. Because even me as a coach, I work with the newbies, you know, and I still learn from them. You know, I learn how to coach them. I learn different techniques from them. So I myself am still learning along the way, and I still have an open mind, you know. And the more that you keep learning, is the better you're gonna keep progressing. The best thing you can do is be consistent. You know, if you want to hit your goals, is be consistent. Want it more than anyone else. You know, if you can show me that you want it more for yourself, I'm gonna match that energy. But if you're kind of just, oh, I kind of want to show up here and there, I'm gonna show up here and there. You know, so it really just comes down to just being consistent. Show up, put in the work, put in the time, and trust the journey. Trust the journey, that when you do put in that work, you're gonna get that 1% better every day. Every day. And if you keep making those deposits in the bank, soon you're gonna be able to cash that check. And when you cash a check, that's that skill that's coming out when you're consistent with the work you're doing. Not everyone learns the same way, so I learned to say the same thing 5 different ways, you know. And I also just study a lot of fights still. You know, the game keeps evolving, so I'm always watching new tape. I'm watching other coaches that I respect, how they teach and how they apply their strategies, and then I apply the concepts, my version of the concept back. So, I mean, it's a constant learning experience. Like I said, you just gotta have an open mind, and with that open mind, you can kind of navigate through the trench and see what works for your gym, what doesn't work for you, and then, you know, you try it with the student, right? Like, okay, you got the body type for this, we're gonna give you this tool. He might be good at it, he might not, but if he is, we'll put it under the microscope and make it bigger. If not, we'll throw it out and give him a new tool to work on. I think it's very vital for a coach to have experience in the game of what they're teaching, you know, because there's different emotions that you're gonna go through. And if you've never experienced those emotions yourself, it's really hard to teach someone how to prepare for it. And so I really try to, you know, take all my experiences, whether it was like going into deep waters is a term that we have here, which is, you know, like taking yourself off the deep end and see if you can swim back, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the time when you're getting your first fight, you know, with everything going on, you might feel like you're drowning, you know what I mean? And when you feel like you're drowning, you gotta be able to keep composure and make your way back to shore. So that's like one of the things I really push hard here is take yourself out of the deep water, take yourself out of the deep water. So when that feeling happens, you know how to respond to it. You know how it's like, it's not the end of the world. You're not about to die. You just need to navigate through it with caution, and you should make it through the other side. You have to build a lot of trust with your fighters. So I think that the experience kind of breaks that wall down of trust early, so that because they see it's already been happened, so they kind of take your knowledge and take your experience with them, and then as you grow with them, they kind of, that bond just grows bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's just constantly being constantly being humble. You know what I mean? Like I said, just having that open mind, not trying to judge anybody, and be willing to learn from others. You know what I mean? Like, if I had such a closed mind, I wouldn't be accepting of other people's techniques or willing to work with other people's tools that they've already brought to the table, you know? Like, I don't have that cookie cutter mentality where it's like, this is only one right way to do this. Like, there's multiple right ways, and I'm the type of person where I'm a problem solver, so if we have a problem at hand, I'm gonna navigate and try to solve the problem that best fits you. So it's kind of by a person basis, you know, like depending on who I work with, that's who I am, have my full attention on. You know, like I try not to get everyone to do the same thing. Like if I'm working with you, I'm gonna study you as a person and then see what works best for you. If it's in your heart to do martial arts, not just Muay Thai, just do it. You know, at least if you try it, you'll be able to identify if it's for you or not. You know, I recommend it to everyone, you know, whether it's, you know, it doesn't matter what you do. It could be any martial art. As long as you give it a try, you'll know it's not for you. And that's the best thing that I can do for you, you know, especially if you're thinking about it. You see it on YouTube, you see everyone doing it, and you're interested in it. The best way to learn or to find out if it's for you is to show up in the gym and give it a try. You know, we're very friendly here. We're very beginner based. So, I mean, if you like to work hard and test yourself, it's the best place to try.